What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. This movie stars an all-star cast that includes Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Andrea Riseborough, Amy Ryan, Emma Stone, and Naomi Watts. This movie is directed by Alejandro G. Inarritu. Alright, so the basic plot of Birdman is this. Michael Keaton plays this former box office superhero attraction named Regan Thompson, who in a this effort to bring some legitimacy to his career, is looking to adapt a short story into a stage play in Manhattan Broadway. That is the overall story of Birdman. Let's talk about it. I love Birdman. I think this movie was excellent. And this is the movie that pretty much reinvigorated the career of Michael Keaton. And pretty much the Michael Keaton that we got now is all because of Birdman. I thought this movie was excellent. I like the meta nature of this movie as well. So Michael Keaton, he plays this aging actor who in the 90s was a was popular for his superhero movies. Now, for those who know Michael Keaton, they know that he got a lot of fame for playing Batman in the two Tim Burton movies, Batman '89 and Batman Returns. So this movie is kind of like it's kind of like a very meta in that way by having Michael Keaton play this actor. Now, Michael Keaton's career didn't tank or anything after the Batman movies. He went on to have a successful career. But I do like the fact that this movie, it's not making fun of Keaton for it, but it's paying tribute to his past, but also saying that that there's more to him than just doing superhero flicks. And I overall thought that Michael Keaton, as the character of Regan Thompson, is an outstanding performance. In this movie, Keaton does a fantastic job at balancing a humor and seriousness with the character of Regan. I can't praise his performance enough in this movie. He has so many great scenes in this movie. He has chemistry with almost every single actor in this film. The scenes between Keaton and Norton are fantastic. Norton plays this character called Mike Shiner, who is pretty much a homage to those serious actors who do a lot of like I always forget the phrase for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, Mike Shiner is one of those characters who does method acting, and he takes things to the extreme. But when Mike and Regan first meet, everything seems normal at first. They're exchanging, they're practicing how to do the play. Mike's giving pointers on how Regan should approach his character in certain scenes. But as the film progresses, we see that Mike, he's just one of those pompous, arrogant type of actors who wants to have control over everything. And having Edward Norton play this character is brilliant because, number one, I am a Norton fan, but Norton also has a history in terms of trying to take over productions that he's normally involved in. So this is also a good homage to just Norton's backstage, to just Norton's antics as well behind the camera. But he did a fantastic performance. I thought Norton and Keaton have superb chemistry on screen together. In addition to that, I think Emma Stone and Michael Keaton also have really good chemistry as well. Emma Stone plays the character of Sam, who is also Regan's daughter, who had just got out of rehab for drug addiction. I thought Keaton and Stone have really good on-screen chemistry with each other as well, and I like how they have a distant relationship as a father and daughter, but they're trying to make amends and they're trying to pretty much establish some sort of relationship with one another, and I like it. I think those are some of the best scenes in this movie are with Regan and Stone. Another thing this movie has that now I don't really care for it, but the actors do keep me invested. This movie teases a romance between the character of Mike and Sam. Now, I think Stone and Norton have really good chemistry together, and the movie does do a good job at developing the said romance. Me personally, I don't think it was necessary, and I didn't really think the character of Mike Shiner needed to have a romance angle. The same goes for the Emma Stone character. I think it would have been much better if Emma kind of looked to Mike more as a mentor, as someone who understands her, as opposed to just developing a romance that, to me, just came out of left field. So performance-wise and chemistry-wise, I like it, but from an overall story standpoint, I would have done without it. Didn't really think it was necessary. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. The supporting cast in this movie is great. Zach Galifianakis plays plays Michael Keaton's lawyer and best friend. I am not the biggest Zach Galifianakis fan, but I thought he was actually pretty funny in this movie, and I do like the scenes between him and Keaton. I thought they worked really well off one another. Naomi Watts is in this movie, who plays an actress in Riggins' play. I thought she was fine in the role as well. She doesn't have a whole lot to do, but she does have some memorable scenes, especially the scene where Mike tries to pretty much rape her during a preview, and she blows up at in his face. So I thought that stuff was fine as well. The scenes of the character of Riggin talking to himself as his Birdman character, I thought was actually pretty cool. And it's also a nice homage to, and it's also a good way for Michael Keaton to dust off his old Batman voice. You know, seeing Michael Keaton have a chance to do a variation of his old Batman voice was actually pretty cool, and I enjoyed the hell out of that as well. The cinematography in this movie is fantastic. This movie is done all in one take. It gives the illusion that it's done all in one single take, and I think I think it's brilliant. And like, it really also gives off the quality of a stage play, which is what the movie's about. The movie's about doing a stage play, and then when you're watching it, it feels like you're all watching a stage play. And in that aspect, I think it's actually pretty cool. And I like it from a visual standpoint. The cinematography is fantastic. Alejandro's direction is superb. Every single actor in this movie has some moment to shine. But like I said, Michael Keaton really steals the show as the character of Riggin. We really get inside Riggin's head. We feel, we get a sense of like what he wants to do with this stage play. He wants to reinvigorate his career and kind of like push the whole notion that there's more to him than just being a faded 90s action star who did superhero movies. Like, he wants to be taken as a serious actor. And I like that. It's a good meta commentary on just superhero actors who try to break away from that shell, but they can't because they're always typecast. And this movie does pay a good tribute to it without making fun of it as well. Like, it appreciates the past, but also these actors. But also he wants to move on and do something better. I like all that stuff. It's good writing, good directing, and fantastic performances on the part of Keaton. Like I said, this movie also does have some things I don't really care for, like the Emma Stone Shiner romance. Didn't really care for it. The scenes involving Riggin having telekinesis. I mean, yeah, I understand that's all in his head, but to me, it just kind of looks weird. I don't know why. And I thought the ending was also kind of weird as well, where during the final scene, Riggin attempts to commit suicide, but it botches, and he ends up blowing his nose off. Then he gets like facial reconstruction, and then he just flies outside of the hospital window. And the ending is really open-ended. I don't really understand what it's supposed to mean. I don't like it. That falls under the category of a Kubrick ending, where it's all open-ended up to your interpretation. Like, I don't mind endings like that. I just don't understand what Alejandro was going for with the ending. That's what I'm trying to say. So like, open-ended endings are good if you have some semblance of what they're trying to convey. Like, I don't know what he's trying to convey with this, but I don't. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean I hate it, because I don't. I'm one of those people who just doesn't understand it, is what I'm trying to say. But other than that, I think Birdman is a superb film. This film is excellent. If you have not seen it, give it a watch, because it really is that damn good. And Michael Keaton, he steals the show, and the cast around him, they also put on fantastic performances as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Birdman. For a final grade, solid 9 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.